Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is Friday. We're back with another edition of Picross. That's right, Picross S. A game that has 3 S's in a row. Whoa, what the? That's wacky. How do they do that? I don't know. Anyway, welcome, Stream Elements. And no one else. Everyone else, you're not even real. But if you are real, welcome. Welcome Koku, welcome Hamflow, welcome Potato, Slime Molder, and Tag Barrel. Anyway, wait, hold on. Hold on. I forgot to mention this thing. Also welcome Stanley. This thing on the Discord. Potato made this cool like papercraft thing. It says work in progress. However, it does look pretty good. Current status. There's like a Choco J dog, and there's like me. I'm gonna put it on screen right now. This one right here, literally there. Whoa! Look at this. How does he do it? You got the dog. It's in 3D. I'm there, sipping. Classic moment. Classic Wolfie moment. Out there sipping. Anyway, we're continuing today. Welcome, Namington. Continuing with some Picross. Right here, we have many puzzles yet to do. Yo, Wolfie's real. How can Wolfie be real if he's streaming? We all know streamers aren't real. They're fictional. Okay, I detect some controller drift. I'm trying to go... Sometimes I go down, and then it goes to the left. Well, I'm gonna start this one. As you know, we do things out of order because it makes sense sometimes. Add some variety to things. I think that's cool. Gonna do a 15 by 15. Yo, what the? This one looks not that hard. This one is potentially easy. Then I should put credits on the screen. You can't just put something and not say who made it. Where's the text? Text. Did they change? No, there it is. I just didn't see it. Credits. Credits. By Potato. Oops. Right here. This thing. Right there, right there. How can streamers be real if our eyes aren't real? Maybe your eyes aren't real. Mine, they're extremely real. They're so real, you don't even know. I guess you actually don't know, because you haven't seen... No, they're right here. They are real. But maybe your representation through the screen is not real. What you see on your screen is not my real eyes. Real eyes, realize, real lies. You know that classic saying? Everyone says this. Anyway, yeah, it is Friday. As far as like interesting things that have happened. Yesterday, after like 12:30 a.m., actually like at midnight. Anyone in New York, Stanley, you're in New York, right? If you were awake at midnight yesterday, in many parts of New York, there was like a 2-second like flash of electricity. Not of electricity, but it's like the lights flickered for like a second, half a second. And then you're like, huh, that was kind of weird. It turned off my computer. And then like 5 minutes later, there was like another such thing. And we're like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what that's about. But then my internet went out. And I just went to sleep. But I was checking online, and apparently there was like an explosion at like a electrical facility or something. And so that caused a bunch of internet outages for some people. And I was one of them. So I kept trying to connect, and then it doesn't work. And then I was like, you know what, whatever. It's like late enough. They'll probably fix it in the morning. And then I woke up in the morning, and my phone was not connected to Wi-Fi. And I was like, no, they didn't fix it. But I had to like disconnect my Wi-Fi and reconnect it. And then it worked. But I would have been so concerned if I woke up and the internet was still out. I don't know what I would have done. It's like I had work to do. I had like a stream to do. How would I even survive in this world? It happened similar to near my power plant a few years ago. Yeah, it is wacky. Think of all the things out there that are happening. Anyway, good thing we have mobile data though, right? If I didn't have mobile data, I couldn't use Twitter to search like various search terms such as power outage or like internet internet outage. I wouldn't even know. I would have assumed it was just specific to me. And thanks to the power of the internet, I was able to find out. And there's like a lot of people tweeting at the account. They're like, "Hey, my internet is down. Can you look into it?" And they're like, "We know there's like a known issue, guys. There's a known issue. Our engineers are solving it right now." Only is it if my house Wi-Fi is not working. What about when you go outside? You go outside, I go outside sometimes. In fact, I'm going outside tomorrow. That's right, I will not be streaming tomorrow because I will be going outside. I've mentioned this on stream the past few days. And I will mention it again, okay? I've mentioned it today. I'll probably mention it again at the end of the stream. Just so you all know. So you don't show up tomorrow and you're like, man, can't wait to see whatever Wolfie's streaming on Saturday. It's not happening. It's not even real. It's entirely fictional. Wolfie stream on Saturday, not real. Touching grass even... I didn't say I was touching grass. When I go outside, I don't actually touch grass. Grass, you know, there's like dirt on it. You don't know what's been on the grass. Imagine actually touching the grass, not me. It seems unsanitary. I don't know how anyone does it. Going out in nature, that's not me. Nerd. But yeah, that's something that happened yesterday. And like I was actually like watching a VOD. You know, I never watch VODs. But I was watching there was like a German event. He was playing House Flipper 2, and there was like a competition, and Northern Line was there. And I was like watching a VOD of like the end results, because the end results happened while I was streaming yesterday. So I didn't get to see it. I was like watching the VOD, and then I was like, oh man, we're near the end. They're doing their presentations. And then the stream died. The computer turned off. And I didn't find out what happened until, I guess, when I woke up. I was disappointed. I had to go to sleep, not knowing the results of the competition. Like, I could have watched it on my mobile data, but I feel like I would rather not. It's like, you know, mobile data is kind of expensive. You guys out there watching videos on mobile data? Not me. You know how expensive that is? I don't even have unlimited data. My data is so limited that I choose to only browse Twitter and other low usage websites. Because I don't know. You ever open like a video site, like YouTube or Twitch while you're on mobile data? It's like so much money. All the bandwidth out there is being used. It's not for me. But yeah, that was yesterday. And that's pretty much everything interesting that happened. Got nothing else going on. Literally nothing else to talk about. Now I'm just gonna say numbers for the next 2.5 hours. We got a 6 over here. It goes down. Check this out. You got the 2. Welcome, Yuko. Had unlimited because it was basically necessary when I drove Uber Lyft. Even now that I don't do that for work because, wait. But even now that I don't do that for work anymore, I still have unlimited. I guess like once you get used to it, you're like, how do I live without this? How can I use social media without being able to see the videos, man? It's messed up. But, you know, I'm used to it. I guess I could just browse. I could just watch videos on mobile data. Like, I can afford it. But also, why would I? It's too hard to go back to limited, but I leave the house a fair bit. This guy's out here leaving home. Touching grass, going to things. Man. Although, yeah, not everyone has the luxury of working from home. I am quite fortunate that I'm in an industry where I can just stay at home all the time. Welcome, Choco. Go check it out. We got the Choco J dog down here. The Papercraft Choco J dog. It's real. It's so real. It's so good. It's such a good job, right? Look at that. On the plus side, when I go to hotels, I never bother with the Wi-Fi if it's bad. That makes sense. If you have unlimited data, it throttles you, right? After a certain amount of data used, it just makes it slower. I've never used data enough to notice that being a thing. So I don't know. Is it that bad? I find it hard to use a ton of data. It depends what you're doing. If you're like watching a lot of videos, I could see it being an issue. I think if you're just watching, like, if you're just like on Twitter or Discord, occasionally loading some images, it's like not a big deal. The toppest of top tier plan I have has apparently no throttling ever. I think that's a lie. It does seem too good to be true. Actually, I feel like I think there's a thing where like anything that advertises unlimited of something is just like within reason. I think if you use way too much, they're like, okay, well, you know, 99.9% of people will never hit this. So we can advertise it as unlimited, and it'll be true for most people. Also, welcome Props on Jack. Many images use up a lot of data. Chronically online Andes. Yeah, Andes. I got them. Got them. Yeah, it's not an issue for me. Never had that issue. Sometimes when I'm outside, I use the Wi-Fi on the train. When I'm in the train station. Now between train stations, I don't really use my phone. Stop the download. What is this? A peanut? Apple pie, obviously. Oh, I see. It's like from the side. A slice of apple pie from the side. I've had cases of YouTube, Twitch screeching to a halt, but I would turn on VPN and then stream would continue normally. That happens. I noticed that happens sometimes as well. It's my favorite pie. I don't know. I don't eat too much pie in general. I've talked about like the one time I tried pumpkin pie. It's like when I was in elementary school and they had like the potluck and people would bring in their own stuff. Pumpkin pie is pretty good. Does pizza pie count? I guess probably not. Welcome. And I feel like when most people say pie and you say, oh yeah, pizza, they're like, that's not what I meant. Like, I know it is called pizza pie. And we're talking about sweet pie, not savory pizza. Actually, what about meat pie? Like the Australian meat pie. Those are good. I guess those do count. They do have the pie crust, though. It does count, yeah. I like those. Those are pretty good. Would recommend. If you've never had it, you could try it. You could try it right now. Wait, this doesn't have to be. I thought this had to be here. It doesn't. The 5? Not even there. I think streaming on cell network is somehow more CPU intensive. Sometimes I wonder if the throttling is coming from heat generated so the phone slows itself down. I don't know. There is some like encoding and decoding overload. Not overload, overhead. I guess it would just be decoding. But I don't know how much of an effect that would have. I don't know. It's never been an issue for me. You guys out there watching lots of streams when you're online, you're outside. I don't think I've ever watched a live stream like on mobile data. I could not imagine that because, like, you know, that would use up so much data. I've also never had the desire to do so. Because when I'm outside, I'm not like, oh, I have to watch this stream. I'm just not even doing anything on my phone, really. Usually too busy when I'm outside. What about, like, what if you're, like, in a car and someone's, like, driving? As long as you're not the one driving. I guess some people, they do put videos on while they're driving. They just don't necessarily look at it. Like, what if you're, like, in the back of a car and, like, someone else is driving and you're just like, I have nothing to do. I guess you could talk to them, but what if you don't feel like it? Also, welcome, Nutritious. I still kind of have that mentality of not watching videos while outside. Usually just sleep. I can't sleep in a car. I feel like when I sleep, I have to be like on a bed. Like I would, if I were to sleep in a car, I'd have to be like really tired, which normally doesn't happen. Every time I've like been in a plane, even if it's like an overnight one, I rarely ever fall asleep. It's just something about like sitting up and falling asleep does not work for me. Absolutely have streams on while driving. I just don't look at the phone screen or have the video minimized. I guess that makes sense. It's kind of like a podcast, you know? You could be driving right now. Anyone out here driving right now, you could be driving listening to this stream. And you know, the gameplay isn't too engaging. It's just numbers on a grid. And pretty much just talking over it. I watched the stream on data once because it had plenty left like a day before it renewed. I guess if you had like a threshold, like if you've already paid for the data ahead of time. Also welcome Shima Panic, I think. Yes, I have not yet greeted you. Cars make you sleepy. Haven't really been in a car in a while though. Make sure it's a stream with a small chance of jump scare audio. No, that would suck. You don't want that. Also guys, what am I supposed to do here? We got the 3, the 4. Is that a 4? Does this count? 4? It does. Okay, this does work. 3, 4. Yes. Welcome Cozy Sue as well. ADHD chatters. No, sometimes you just gotta watch videos, you know? You're like, I got nothing else to do. Might as well put on a stream in the background. Put on some Subway Surfers. Let's see, I'm on phone at home, but have my Twitch playing audio only mode because I don't understand picross. Well, just look at numbers, okay? There's a 4 here. It goes across. It could go here. It could go there. You just have to imagine the numbers in your head. Sometimes the numbers make sense. Sometimes they don't. Leftmost column, you're so right. You're so right. The 5 can't even be there. Let's see. Slime Molder says, when I was a baby and wouldn't go to sleep, the 2 things that would put me to sleep were car rides and running the vacuum. Well, I guess vacuuming is like white noise, right? I know some people, like, to go to sleep, they put on, like, white noise generators. I've never really had the need to do that. But on the other hand, I always have my air purifier running, and I'm pretty sure, like, that's the same. It's pretty much a white noise, right? So I guess just inherently, I always have white noise. It's been a while since I've slept without it, so I don't know, maybe I've gotten so used to it that if I were to sleep and it was like so quiet, I'd be like, I can't sleep like this. I need some background noise. See, sleeping in a bus or train is pog, don't need to pay attention to the road. I think it's cool. Actually, I don't sleep on trains. Oh, okay, I've just mentioned that I don't sleep, like, when I'm not lying down in general. But I would feel scared about sleeping on a train unless, like, I was with someone else. Because, you know, what if someone steals your stuff? It happens. It's a thing that happens sometimes. You're just out there, someone's like, this guy's asleep. I'm gonna take his stuff. And then you wake up and your wallet's gone. And there's like a hole in your pocket that someone cut with a knife. Classic scenario that I've described many times. It's real. Didn't happen to me, but it's real. Hold on, I feel like this is wrong. How can you have a 1, a 2, and a 1? Okay, I messed up somewhere. I may have to restart this. Possibly. Is this here? Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna restart. My Subway Surfer augmented reality Google Glass. Yeah, Google Glass never came back. Every 30 minutes I need to go push a button, but I need to be here to watch this thing in the lab. I'm always afraid of missing the stop if I try and doze off. Yeah. That's also a thing. You never know. You could be almost at your stop, you go to sleep, and then suddenly you just you miss everything. Essay videos are nice to play at 1.25 to 2x speed while driving. I feel like I'm getting so much. See, this guy understands. He understands the appeal of 2x speed videos. People out here doubting. You save so much time. What is here? This goes here. If on bus, yay, I missed the stop I was supposed to get off at. I think sometimes if like, I heard that if you're on a bus late at night and you fall asleep, sometimes the bus driver will wake you up. You tell the bus driver like where you're getting off at. And then they'll just be like, hey, you're here. If you're like one of the few people on the bus, I guess. I guess it depends on the place. I don't know. It's never happened to me, but I've heard it's a thing that happens. It feels hardcore to knife open someone's pocket while they're sleeping upright on a bus train, but I suppose it happens. It did happen. It happened to one of my coworkers. He was just sleeping. He woke up. Someone cut a hole in his pants pocket and stole his wallet. It's real. It was wild. I've described this many times. The first time I described this was when I was playing Super Mario Sunshine. There was that one level, the sand blocks level. Not the sand bird level. The sand blocks, the watermelon was there. You guys remember that? I don't think anyone was here for that. I remember. I remember so specifically. See, that's why Google Maps now give notifications if you said bus on your route. They'll vibrate when you're at your stop. Do they do that for trains as well? I feel they probably do, right? If they have it for buses, surely, yeah, yes. It's real. That's why the term cut purse is a thing. I have heard of that term. That is real. I think they've done that for you before, Bus Wakey Wakey. Okay, I was afraid that you were gonna say that they cut your pants pocket and stole your wallet. The bus thing, that makes sense. Was it like late at night? I guess it would happen in general if you were like someone who there were like if there weren't many people on the train or bus. I guess they wouldn't do it on the train, but on the bus. The chuckster. Yeah, but your stop is coming up notification when I used it in Japan trains. Yeah, that's a good use of technology. Solving real problems that people have is great. Okay, what else can I do? You got the 4 down here, the 1. RPGs always have cut purses, but never purses to cut. Do they though? Do they ever describe them as cut purses anymore? What if you don't have a purse? You guys out there having purses? I had a purse in Japan. Coin purses, you gotta have those. If you ever go to Japan, you should get a coin purse. Just go to like a Daiso or whatever, because you're gonna have so many coins. Like the first time I went and I didn't have one for most of the trip, I would just have like loose coins in my pocket. And then once I got a coin purse, everything changed. I was like, whoa, what the? This is so convenient. All my coins accessible in one convenient location? How did I live without this? And then every trip after, I would just have it. And one time I went to Nara, the place with all the deer, and then I bought a coin purse that had like a deer design on it. It was cool. It works here too. Wait, which one? Oh, the train stop thing? Yeah, it seems useful. It's weird how purses are so feminine coded. Yeah, what's the deal with that? Things being convenient. Purses. I guess coin purses are kind of different though. Like when you think of a purse, you think of like the big like side bag thing, right? I don't know. Why are they so specific to like this feminine coded? Like why do guys not have purses? Wish I had a train here I could use it on. You could invent the train system. Could be real. You could be the first train person. I don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. Got a 4 here though. Is it 2? Got one of these. Oh, this has to be here. Oh, this has to be here. But yeah, you know, that's how things are. That's how society is. Slings, crossbody bags are basically unisex purses. Okay, see, when I think of a purse, I think of the ones that don't have like the strap that you could put around your body. I think of the kind that you can like hold, the small ones. Hold on, can I find like an image of this? Like if you just search purse on its own, images, it's like the small ones. I guess these ones do have, I don't know. Yeah, okay, no, you're right. I was thinking of the small ones that don't have the thing around it. You have to like hold it in your hand. But there are many different types. Anyway, how you guys doing? You guys having a good Friday? Can you believe December, we're the go-to topic. Can you believe the month is already over? It's not over. I made that up. It's already halfway over. Literally December 15th and a half. Wow. And we're just like 1 full week away from Christmas. Guys, how long do you guys take off for your Christmas holiday, if you do it? I have off from Christmas until January 3rd. Now, I would have taken off until like the rest of that week, but I didn't have enough vacation days because I started the job pretty late into the year. I did not have enough accumulated holiday hours or whatever. But, you know, like a week and a half, that's like a good amount of time. Handbags of a yesterdecade. 2 hours of sleep, that's not enough sleep. How do people function with 2 hours of sleep? I feel like I've mentioned this before. I feel like I normally can function with like very little sleep. I've never really had issues with it. But you know, normally I do sleep pretty well. 10 days until Christmas? True. So it's your last working Friday of the year. I feel like next Friday is probably like, you know, everyone's gonna be in like vacation mode already. So I'm gonna assume most people are not really working next Friday, you know, the last Friday before Christmas. A long, at least 3-day weekend. No one's working. Everyone's just gonna be like, I'm just gonna leave early. We have off 22nd until 1st. 22nd is... It's conveniently blocked by my monitor, so I can't see my calendar. The 22nd is... Oh, it's next week. Next Friday. That's Friday. That's nice. Yeah, like pretty much no one's gonna be working on that Friday anyway. Makes sense to have that day off. See, I've had control over my work schedule. Your message scrolled off the screen. I've had control over my work schedule for a while now. I usually travel to family with some amount of days before Christmas up until New Year's Day. Yeah, that's like a reasonable time. Because like, you know, you take off before Christmas so that you can, if you're traveling, you have time to move around. Also, welcome Admiral Kobayashi. Depends on my motivation of art. Whenever I sleep less or normal. You're staying up to do art stuff? I can make it through one day of bad sleep, but not 2 in a row. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I haven't had many days where I don't have much sleep, like in a row. It's usually like a one-time thing. I've never had like only 2 hours of sleep though. Actually, no, I might have. I feel like it's probably like not that often. Maybe less than 5 times my entire life where I've slept less than 2 hours in a day. I've never pulled an all-nighter though. Like a lot of people when they go to college, you literally predicted my topic. Yeah, I've never pulled an all-nighter. Not even in college. I feel like they don't help. If I study and I'm like, if I cram all that night to like study, I feel like it's not good. You know, sometimes I'll stay up, but like, I'd make sure to at least get like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. That's like the minimum. Because like, you know, you pull an all-nighter, you wake up in the morning and you're like really tired. And then it affects your brain and you're like, oh man, I feel so sleepy. All-nighters are fun. Not, are they though? Not for me. Although like if you're doing an all-nighter where you're hanging out, I guess that could be cool. I don't do that. I don't go outside. I guess, okay, all-nighters, when they don't have to be going outside. They could be, you know, like a slumber party. Like, I don't do that. So, I don't know. Had a few all-nighters in grade school playing Smash all night. Classic. Video gaming. I'm sure a lot of people that play MMOs, they probably pull a lot of all-nighters, right? There's out there grinding. Doing raids and stuff. Or if you're doing like a subathon, you know, streamers out there doing all-nighters. Staying awake for like 24 hours a day. Maybe. See, I did all-nighters at the end of every semester when I had classes that required studying. And I did all-nighters the semesters I had projects due at the end of the semester. Sometimes nocturnal. I don't know. I've had things where like I had like a project due or like an assignment due and like I don't know. I just make sure I would prefer to like I would never try to if it was actually I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying? I specifically remember like one time where I had to like write an essay or something and I didn't have most of it done. I don't think I did an all-nighter. I think I was just like, you know what? I'm just done. I accepted a slightly worse grade. And everything turned out fine. Although I feel like that's not actually what happened. I forget exactly. I have this specific memory, but it's like it's fuzzy. Specifically remember sitting at my computer. It was like 2 a.m. And I was like, you know what? This is good enough. Although I feel like nowadays, if people did that, they would probably just get like an AI to write their thing, right? they'd be like, oh, I don't want to pull an all-nighter to write this essay. Let me just like type the prompt into an AI generated essay thing, and then it just does it for you. So, you know, that's the state of society nowadays. People can just do that. Yeah, I'm actually responsible. I had an involuntary all-nighter once on a red-eye flight. So hard to sleep on planes. Exactly. I've had some times where, like, I'd be on a plane ride from Japan back to New York. And I just cannot really sleep on those. Although I feel like it was actually a good idea to not sleep on those. Because, with jet lag and stuff like that, if you sleep on the plane, your sleep schedule sometimes gets messed up. You like arrive in like your home country and it's like, you know, now your body's used to being asleep at a certain time and awake at a certain time. But then if you don't sleep on the long flight and then you get home and then you just wait until like nighttime to sleep, then, you know, then your sleep schedule is like much better. Also, what do I do here? You get the 2-3, you get the 5. Do I have to do edge strats here? 2-1-1. Yo, the 1-1. Most significant all-nighter in recent memory was when an Oshi graduated and decided to have more than 12-hour stream. Started at night because of time zones. I wish I was responsible. I feel like if it's like a one-time thing like that, it's probably fine. It's like some people, they pull all-nighters like constantly. They're just going to sleep never. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I feel, well, okay, I've never had like an Oshi graduate that I really was like, oh man, I have to watch all this content. I feel like I could just catch the VOD afterwards. Maybe, I don't know, I'm saying this, but like, what if I can't? What if when it does actually happen, I'm like, no, I have to. I gotta stay. It's their final moment as this specific streamer. I mean, they'll be back, but you know, as a different streamer. You never know. It's like, you know, when people like, if it was me, this, I would have done it differently. But would I have? I don't know. Hey, hold on, this can't be here. Oh, the one, oh, it's right here. What if they never come back? They usually come back. Probably. Right? I don't know. Maybe not. They'll be back. Yeah, right? If they're, like, notable, they're probably gonna be back. Maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. See, I had a flight from Japan with the whole row to myself. Even then, I couldn't fall asleep. Could you, like, lie down on all 3, like, of those seats? Did they let you? I guess you could just do it. They wouldn't stop you. I think I nodded off in my chair for like 40 minutes or so, somewhere in the middle, and I felt bad. No, there's no reason to feel bad. Although I guess it's... I don't know. Yeah, all 3 seats. That's the meta. That's the dream. I would love to sit on all seats. Imagine an empty plane. I've somehow avoided like any of my streamers that I watch graduating. Just 2 that I can think of. They're both streaming under a different name. Well, that counts as graduating though. If they stop streaming as their persona, that is a graduation. But I can't think of any that like totally stop streaming ever. Like that was just their final time ever streaming. Like, that's pretty rare. At least in VTuber standards. Now there are, you know, face cam streamers. Sometimes they stop streaming. And 2 that graduated back to back that then rebirthed somewhere. Then it becomes fairly obvious who I mean. I know who you're talking about. Oh, I know one of them. Who's the other? Oh no, I do know both of them. Yeah, they're both in VShoujo now. That's cool. Hypothetically, I mean, assuming this is a thing that happens. The flight was delayed by 7 hours, so plane was mostly a 7-hour delay. What the frick? That's so much. Oh, that's a lot of delay. Then we got the 1-3. The 1-3-1 could still be here. This could be a 3 though. Three that I consider high tier Oshi. Still watch their new stuff. Yes, that guy. Classic. The Germa graduation is starting to be foreshadowed. Well, Germa is soft graduating. Sorry, he called it a soft retirement. He's still streaming. Actually, there was like one time where I think like I watched you know the genre of people that like they go to Japan, they live there, they make videos about their life in Japan. I think there was one. Actually, no, there's like 2 such cases. And it was both a case of like a couple. Like one person who was like, no, actually they were both, okay, both cases were like a man born in Japan and like a girl that was from the US or something. And they went to Japan and they got married or whatever. There's like one case where I was like watching a bunch of those videos of like, hey, here's my life in Japan. And I watched like a lot of their videos. And then like after I caught up on the same day, I was like, oh yeah, let's see what their latest video is. And it's like their announcement that they're going to stop making videos. And I was like, oh man, that sucks. I got so used to watching. I watched like so many of their videos and then I find out like they had already stopped making videos. But you know, recently they came back and posted one life update video. And they're like, don't expect this to be a common thing. We're just letting you know. And then there's this other one that's like they played Animal Crossing together. They stopped streaming. Classic times. Content creators stopping creating content. See, the plane broke, they needed to wait for the next plane to fly in, such as my luck with flights. Yeah. I've never had a plane delay that was that bad though. I feel like the most was probably like half an hour. I couldn't imagine like a plane being delayed to the next day. That would suck. Because then you would have to like sleep in the airport. Welcome, Dopamine. 4 is here though. Okay, what else can I do? Realization I've been watching Chris Broad videos for over 6 years. Yeah, I used to watch all of his videos. I haven't watched so many of the recent ones. But I remember. I specifically remember actually. So many of his videos. Sometimes if you're lucky, the airline will pay for a hotel. Now that sounds nice. This sounds good, actually. You guys see, like, I think there were several stories of this, of like someone who lived in an airport for like over a decade or something. They would just like show up. They would just like sleep there. They just do everything there. Man. What's the deal with that? There's a limit to talking about what's different in Japan. Yeah, I mean, after a while, it's kind of like they're all kind of the same. Like, a lot of the Japanese food videos are just like, here's ramen, here's, I don't know, here's like taiyaki, here's here's 7-Eleven, whoa, check it out. Oh, here's the small apartment in Japan. Whoa, they're so small. How are they so small? How do people live like this? But, you know, it depends on how they make the videos. They put in their own personal commentary, and it's like sometimes it's more about the person than about the actual content. Because like there's a lot of videos of people just doing like silent tours of like different parts of Japan. Like they'll be on like a sleeper train or whatever. They'll be like, here's what the train ride is from this place to this place. But even though it's quiet, sometimes they put captions, and those captions have character to them. Like, I think I've mentioned this once, but there's this one channel called Travel Geek. And, you know, he does the typical thing where he'll just be, like, on a train. He'll be recording, you know, the view from outside, or from inside, looking outside. It's like, oh, yeah, look, here's the chair. Here's the bathroom. Here's, like, the food you can buy, whatever. And, like, that stuff is all the same. But then you look at his caption, and sometimes he's, like, sarcastic in them. And I'm like, this guy is so funny. Sometimes he'll just say things in the caption that's like, this guy is so silly. And like, that stuff is what sets him apart. I don't know what it is. I just like his commentary. Even though he's not physically saying it aloud. And that stuff is cool. Certain credit cards will comp up to $500 in necessary purchases if your flight gets delayed over 6 hours or overnight. That makes sense. I feel like a lot of credit cards give you like flight bonuses, like plane related bonuses. Like every time I check, like if you have a credit card that gives you rewards, you can like redeem it for a statement credit or like, you know, cash back or whatever. You look at the websites that are like, what's the best way to spend this? It's always on like airline miles. What's the deal with that? Some kind of conspiracy to get us to use planes more? But like I have a lot of rewards points and like I don't fly that often. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna use it on cashback. Even though technically it's not the best way to use it. I'm not like optimizing my points usage. Whatever, who cares? I like those videos. It seems like the main two types of credit card are cashback focused or travel focused. Yeah, well, the ones that are cashback focused, like, they tend to have it so you can redeem it for cashback, or like you can redeem it for like gift cards or like travel points. And of those, it seems like travel points is always the most value. Credit cards are in cahoots with planes. Yeah, it's a conspiracy theory. And by conspiracy theory, I mean it's true. It's actually true. It's to get people to fly. Because the more you fly, the more you're like, oh, well, I have more points. I gotta fly again. And then you become a frequent flyer, and then you're like, oh, but I could spend $100 to get a few more points to get this, and then you do. Airlines and hotels tend to give you extreme value if you're min-maxing and care about luxury. Cashback is an acceptable thing if you really don't travel too much. Yeah. I do not travel enough to make it worth it. And I feel like the ones, like the travel points that I could redeem, they're usually for airlines that I don't use. Like I don't travel anywhere, and when I do, it's usually like to Japan. And when I look at like which airlines those are valid for, It's usually like countries I don't go to, like, you know, like Malaysia Airlines or like, I don't know, a bunch of other ones. I don't know, maybe American Airlines on there, but rarely have I seen it and been like, I should redeem that. Had a bunch of Amtrak points, didn't know that they expired. That's how they get you. They expire. And then you're like, I gotta use it. I gotta make use of this before it expires. Actually, that's how they get you. With I think American Airlines has points that expire if you don't increase your value. If you don't use them within a certain amount of time or don't do a purchase that adds to them. So like every few years, I'll be like, oh shoot, I should redeem something so that my points are still valid. So I'll just like go on the website, buy like some cheap thing. Just to preserve. Actually, I should check that. Let me put a to-do. When was the last time I checked that? I hope my points haven't expired. Because I haven't flown in a long time. We do check American Airlines miles. They should email you, right? They probably don't do that. They're like, hey, your points are about to expire. You should check them. But I can see why they wouldn't. Because they want you to not have your points. Hotel cards tend to pay for themselves by costing $100 a year, giving you a free stay per year at hotels that can cost $300 or more. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I do still have like a lot of travel points from... There was like this one promotion a long time ago for Google, where if you like bought a Pixel phone and use Google Fi, they would reimburse you for the price of the phone. But their reimbursement was like a travel gift card. And I did that, and I still have the gift card. This was pre-pandemic when I thought I would be traveling a lot more. And I've never used it. It's still valid. I think I check every once in a while. But I don't know if I'll ever have the chance to use it again. But it's also like very specific. It's like, it's valid on Southwest Airlines and also like Airbnb, but like Airbnb isn't that much of a thing anymore, I think. And also I don't use Southwest. So I don't know if I'll ever use that credit, but you know, whatever. It's been long enough. I think United has flights from New York to Tokyo. I think they do as well. I feel like normally when I go to Japan, I use what did I use? Japan Airlines. First time I went, I used Delta, but then that one didn't have nonstop. I had to like transfer at Minnesota or something. Also, welcome Denchi. And I will never do that again. If I'm ever taking a flight that's going like to Japan, it has to be nonstop. I refuse to ever do a transfer because it is so annoying. Say pre-pandemic, I was able to constantly use my flights to get flat cost round trip across the country at the very last minute easily for $250 worth of points. That's good value. I love travel min-maxing. It's a weird hub. I don't know. I feel like it could be fun. If I had any desire to travel, I probably would do it. Can I sleep on planes? I cannot sleep on planes. This is what caused this discussion in the first place. I just can't do it. Can you? Can anyone here sleep on planes? Also, there's a whole thing where, like, if you're on a plane, are you the type of person that, like, moves your headrest back? Because, like, I always feel bad about that. Like, the person behind me, I'm like, I don't want to, like, inconvenience them. Like, they might be, like, watching something or eating food. And then, I move my chair back, and they're like, suddenly they have less space. I'll recline, like, slightly. Just, like, a little bit. But not so much that it's like annoying. Not even 25%, maybe like 15%. Maybe 20, I don't know. Definitely not anywhere near the max. Also, I'm gonna hydrate. It's 6 p.m. You guys also hydrate. Also, let me change the music. Imagine not changing the music. Puzzle BGM. Let's go back to BGM 1. I'm not even sipping yet. Okay, here, I'm gonna sip now. Alright. Let me scroll up. Scrolling up. Costco value. Non-stop whenever possible. So true. I hate transferring. Because, like, I feel like transferring is not so bad. Well, no, it is bad. It is bad both ways. But it's especially bad on the way home. Because you're like, you just want to go home. Suddenly, you know, you take like 10-hour flight and then you have to like switch. You have to wait for like another like 2-hour flight. It sucks. I'd rather just like get on a plane once and suddenly, you know, don't have to worry about anything. Especially like sometimes if you're transferring and like there's like the fear that your delay is long enough that you might miss your next flight. That's the worst. And then you have to like make sure it's padded enough. But then you're like waiting longer. I don't know. That sucks. So you can't seem to get that round trip stuff anymore, at least not easily enough. Yeah, round trip is also much more expensive. The weird sound and vibration and sitting pose is too uncomfortable. Yeah, for sleeping on planes. It's impossible. I know like some planes they give you like the eye masks. You guys ever use those? It feels kind of weird. I try putting them on and like it does block the light. But then I like have this mask on my face. Just like this feels so unnatural. This should not be real. But it is real. It's extremely real. Hold on. And then, if it's a domestic flight, no. If it's international, I do it immediately so they can get used to it. Oh, for reclining? I guess, yeah. I don't know, I don't do it. Tagbro says, I always recline fully. It shouldn't matter to the one behind you, but it does matter. But then I guess you just deal with it, right? Like, if someone fully reclines, I think like, oh man, this is kind of annoying. But I don't like tap them on the shoulder being like, hey, you shouldn't do this. Because they're allowed to. If they weren't allowed to, why would they build it into the plane, right? So welcome, Deffins. Want to be done when I get back in the States in the Clavio mess. I also, when I was saying that, I was like, yo, you know who has that? Clavio. The eye mask makes it worse. You constantly have pressure on your eye. Pressurize? That's a term. Pressurize? Pressurize pressured eyes? Really says a lot about society. The airline eye masks are quite loose for me. It's comfy. Yeah, I think they're not that pressure. They're like when I try them, they don't have much pressure on them, but like it just feels weird to have something on my face, right? In front of my eyes. Maybe I'm just not used to it. Maybe it's one of those things where you have to like use it for a while. And then everything is normal. Okay, what do I do here? What I feel like I've been stuck for like the last 10 minutes at least. You got this 4, you got this 3, you got that 4. See, I don't really care if people in front of me recline unless it's while eating. Now that would be annoying. Well, actually, like, you don't know. What if they're like using their laptop, right? Actually, no, I think when I recline, I normally like try to look behind me before I do it. Make sure they're not like in a way where they care. Seventh row doesn't make sense. It does make sense. I think you're just making this up. Oh, no, you're right. The forehand. No, it does make sense, but I was missing this thing. Ah. Classic. Okay. But then what? But then what? The one. Got the one. Let's say have the eye mask and the 8-bit do controller, or 8-bit do. Just need a cheese to meet you shirt and a Clavio wig, and I'll have a cosplay. Does she have a cheese to meet you shirt? Is there a cheese on that shirt? The only time it's ever been an issue is when a guy behind me was too fat and I couldn't recline without the seat touching his gut. Yeah, that's when it's inconvenient for them. I don't know. I just don't do it. Even though it is well within my rights to do so. Maybe I'm too considerate. You guys ever think maybe you're too considerate? And considering too many things? There's never really been too much of an issue. Hold on, you got the 3-2. Oh, this 2, hold on. This has got to be there. Yeah, Denji has considered it. Last plane I rode has both front and back boarding. Choosing back seat is really quick to board and leave. I've never seen that. They do that? I've never seen a plane where they board not just in the front. Is this a recent thing? Have they always had this? It's wacky. That's so wacky. Oh, this can't be here. And this can't be there. Yo, new plane technology. New boarding strats. Multi-door boarding. Yeah, too much of a saint. You know what they say. Saint Wolfie. ST for saint. ST also for street. Maybe only regional airports let airplanes do dual boarding. You mean domestic? Regional? What was a regional airport? Aren't all airports regional? Aren't all things regional? You say it depends on the place. I guess that would also make sense. The only times I flew was dual boarding. What? How many times have you flown, and how recently was it? Small town. Oh, I see. I could see it being like a bit more chaotic for large airports. Maybe. Like with smaller ones, there's like less people, I guess. 2. Yeah, how many flights have you guys taken? Like in your whole life? Let me try to think. How many flights have I taken? I've been to Japan 3 times. So that is... First time I had 1 transfer. So that's like 4 flights that time. You know, back and forth total. And then the other 2 times were non-stop. So that is 2 per trip. So that's 8 total for just for Japan. And then I guess there was like 1 time, 2 times, one way back and forth. I went to California. I went to California twice. And I think those were non-stop. So that total is, I would say maybe total somewhere like 14 times, 14 flights in my life. 60 to 70, what the? That's a lot. That's a lot of flights. Yeah, Hamflow's never been on a plane. Is it true you've never been on a train either? I guess trains aren't that common in Texas. It was with Ryanair, which is the European budget airline. Ah, yes. Good old Ryan. Yeah, they do tend to save things. They save money. 10 to 15 max. Yeah, we're the same. Nanchi, we have the same number of flights, probably. Over 100 flights. That's a lot. 20 if you count the return trip as well. Of course, yes, those do count. Those have to count. Otherwise, how do you get back? How many people do you think have only taken an odd number of flights before? Like, you know, you take the flight there, and then instead of taking the flight back, you either take the train, or like maybe you just live there now, or like, I don't know. It's an interesting scenario. Or like on the way back, you like had a transfer, so like the way there you took nonstop, and then back you took 2 flights. The plane crashes? No, that never happens. That never happens. How could that ever happen? Planes were designed not to crash. And you're telling me that they would lie about this? Yeah, you could swim back home. Yeah, you could take the train back. Saw the movie where they land on the river. That was also in real life. That happened, I think, didn't that happen in New York once? There was a thing where like they had to make an emergency landing and then they landed in like the East River or something. Wait, hold on. This is, there's something here. You got the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so this one will go here. Get the 2. Get the 3. Okay, this 3's got to be there. 1, 2. Okay. That'd be scary. It would be scary, right? You'd be like, how did they do this? The passengers on the plane must have been like, man, is this where I die? I can't believe this. I can't believe this is how I'm going. But then they lived. But like, if you land the plane in the river, is there like flooding on the plane? I would assume that they're like the bottom part of the plane is like built to be waterproof in case they needed to do that. But like, you know, what if they opened the doors and then the water was like high up enough that it would just flood into the plane? I guess that's that's the least of your concerns. You save yourself from dying. Who cares if the plane is a bit wet? I think planes will float if they don't crash land. Yeah, but like, what if something, well, I don't know. Yeah, you can't die. Oh wait, wait, hold on. You mentioned the 7th row is wrong. Yeah, okay, I was wrong. Why? I just totally, I thought there was like another 3 here. Turns out you were right. I don't know why I doubted you. Do I have to restart this? Hold on. Can I go back? No, these here didn't affect anything. But no, this did affect something, because like this wouldn't be here. No. Okay, you know what? We're quitting this one. I'm stopping this one. We're just gonna go to this one. The next one. It's not all of the plane. What? No assist? What? I've been doing that. I normally don't use assist. I don't hear many people riding trains in the US, but often hear the trains getting derailed all the time. Does it happen all the time? Are you keeping up with train news? I feel like I don't hear about that often. And I'm also not specifically paying attention to them. Trainnews.com or whatever. I feel like these no assist puzzles are easier. Because, like, you know, they build this with the assumption that you can't use assists. So therefore, it's easier. Look at this one. It's so easy. It's too easy. Well, this one's gotta be there. You got this one. Yesterday, the Pacific Surfliner got derailed due to a semi-truck being stalled on the tracks. What? Why do they call them semi-trucks? I remember specifically today, I was reading like a tweet or something and it said semi, and I was like, what the? Are they like not entirely trucks? Are they only half trucks? What's the other half then? Or is it semi-automatic? I don't understand how people get stuck on the tracks. Well, maybe like the traction, like maybe your wheels like don't work so well. Maybe like, you know, the wheel got stuck on something. Just stop anywhere. No, I'm sure they didn't mean to stop. I'm sure they're just like, well, we're just gonna go over this thing. And then they find out that they can't. The other half is the trailer. I would assume the trailer is part of the truck, right? Maybe, actually, I don't know. Is it? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Why? Okay, you're posting it in chat. Semi-truck, or semi, is actually short for semi-trailer truck. The semi has nothing to do with the size, but everything to do with what the tractor is pulling behind it. Semi-trailer truck? I still don't understand. The other half is the human driving it. Like some kind of truck centaur, perhaps. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Like a transformer. A robot in disguise. Classic Transformers. Optimum Pride. Wow. I wonder what that's got. What's that guy doing now? The Optimum Pride guy. They're making a viral video and then just disappearing. Do you guys know that one? Does this even make sense to you guys? You're like, what's he talking about? I don't know this meme. Optimum Pride, what does that mean? Just look it up. Yeah, everyone knows. It's a classic meme from back in the day. What day? I don't even know, but it's one of the days. How far does it have to be in the past for it to be back in the day? Like, could it have been yesterday? Because like yesterday was back in the day. It was literally like back in the day. Like it's been one day, so like it's the day. Just start all your references to the past with back in the day. You're like, oh yeah, remember the thing we had yesterday? Oh yeah, back in the day. Yeah, I remember. Good times back in the day. Back in the 2-day. Why is it called 2-day? I'm out here asking all the questions. 2-day. Isn't it 0-day because it's right now? 1-day. 2-day. That should be like 2 days ago. Who decided this? I would say at least a couple years. Back in the day. What if it was like 1.5 years ago? I've talked to adults who were in early elementary school when Lucky Star came out, and it hurts. Yeah, well, you know, there's a lot of VTubers out there. They didn't even exist. Can you believe this? There's VTubers that are streaming. And they were not even alive in 2000. They didn't even exist yet. And they're like in their 20s. Can you? That's the crazy part. They weren't alive in 2000 and they're in their 20s. They're of legal drinking age and they were not even alive. They didn't even exist when 9/11 happened. This was the thing I mentioned before. They don't even know. Let's see. I'm an adult who wasn't even in kindergarten. You are one of those people. You were not even around. VTubers that didn't exist when Sonic Adventure came out. Yeah, right? I remember Sonic Adventure. That was a classic. The Dreamcast? They didn't even exist when the Dreamcast came out. Man. My back hurts. I am quite old. You ever think about how old I am? People born this millennium will never be of age. You think of someone that's born in like 2000 and you're like, oh yeah, they're like 10 years old. No. No, they're not. They're probably out there in bars getting drunk. And you're like, how can you drink? You're not even 15. No, they're in their 20s. Man, that's wild. Time being a thing that happens. People out there existing. Babies. Man. Anyway, I don't know. That's a thing. Oh, hold on. Check this out. You got the 1 and the 1. The 1, 1, and the 3. All of this goes here. That couldn't even be there. This can't even be here. I feel like people are too concerned about getting old. I'm not concerned about getting old anymore because I've accepted it. But I'm concerned that everyone else is younger than me. That's the thing. I don't care that I guess it's like a relative thing. It's like me when you tell me I'm like old, I'm like, yeah, alright. Me when you tell me that all of like so many streamers are like in their early 20s, I'm like, oh man. What the heck? Like where people that are 26 call themselves old. I guess it is also like a point of reference, right? Some people... You're like, if you're old relative to like the people that you normally hang out with, then it's like more of a thing. But let's say you're like in your 30s and like everyone you hang out with is like in their 40s. And you're like, yeah, I guess maybe you're like, I'm kind of young. If you're like in your 30s and everyone you know is like in their 20s, you're like, oh man. Oh man, I'm like the oldest one here. But it is also like the other way around, because like when I was like in my 20s and like I had friends that were like in their late 20s or early 30s, and like I didn't think of them as being that old. They were just like slightly older than me. But now they were always like, oh, they like relative to me, they were like, oh man, I'm like so old. And I'm like, you're not that old. Now that I am the age that they were back then, I'm like, I guess I understand now. It kind of makes sense. Relative to like who you're talking to. Hold on. Also, this looks wrong. This should be a 3. What the heck? 8th row. Yeah, this is not even... This shouldn't even be here. Also, yeah, you're right. This is wrong. I'm just gonna restart this. I'm just gonna... We're having like no luck today. We spent an hour and 24 minutes. We did one puzzle. And I was like, oh yeah, these no assist puzzles, they're like kind of easy. But like, this is the challenge I like. This is not like Miku Picross where it's like everything was so easy. This is like actually somewhat challenging. This one makes you think. Really makes you think, guys. Anyway. What else has been going on? You guys see that Twitch reversed the policy on adult, what is it called? What's the thing? Nudity? Artful nudity? They undid that. So now it's not allowed. There was like a notice. They were like, yeah, maybe we went too far. Too many people were doing things. Many people got banned because they didn't understand the rules. So now it's not allowed anymore. And that is a thing that, yeah, who could have seen that coming, huh? I think like the main issue was that there was no way to like, because like if you're just browsing your Twitch page, your recommendeds, people that were drawing like 18 plus stuff, it was not like censored or blurred on your screen. So like you would just be browsing the thumbnails and it would just be there and you're like, I don't really want to see this. And there was no real way to just hide it, right? They're just shown by default. Differentiate a nipple from an art nipple. I think it's like if you're doing it for like figure drawing purposes, like studying anatomy and stuff like that, maybe, I don't know. It's also like hard to enforce, right? Because you're like, okay, are they doing this because of whatever, or are they just doing this because of something else? I don't know. It's like hard to quantify specifically like when it's wrong to do it. And that's the issue. Then everyone was doing it, and they're like, what? We can't have this. And then they had to stop. But I don't know. It was a thing that happened today, actually. They did it today. It was a bit broken. There was an artist who was drawing figures without parts, and they still got banned. I think there was also like a bunch of like people rating artists that were doing like drawing nude stuff, and they were just like mass reporting them. So like a bunch of people got banned that probably shouldn't have gotten banned. I don't know. It's like, it's complicated. It's a complex issue out there. They should add more ways to filter it. They should have announced it way in advance and needed mandatory prompts on the front page asking if you want 18 plus visible. Let people ask questions about uncertainties, make rules more clarified. I think so, yeah. Because like it was just shown by default. And I think they were probably also like, oh yeah, there's like a lot of children that use this website. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have like shown everything by default. Maybe we should have had like filters, you know. I don't know. It was sudden. Imagine the moderation team though. The people that had to see all these requests. I'm really surprised they don't have automatic filters for mature rated streams. I don't know. They probably do have like some amount of it, right? Content detection. Yeah, the moderation team had to see so much. Actually, yeah, how would that work for moderation? Because like I feel like surely like some of them probably have seen content like that they had to ban, but like they probably saw like a lot more stuff. They're like, I'm not used to this. I was not trained for this. Mr. Twitch, there's a big dog. Twitch, I can't believe. If they had any amount, a 14-year-old would not be able to see it at all. There was Twitch staff in the chats of people that were banned, just vibing. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what the policy really was. You just had to wait for people to break the arbitrary policy. And then be like, oh, you weren't supposed to do that. You can't do that. Wait, why did I mark this off? Oh yeah, this has to be either a 1 or a 3. So this has to be here. This has got to be a 3. These can't be here. They keep asking me on channels I've watched For half a year, whether I accept the adult content and chat rules, a sudden unwanted full frontal is perfectly fine. Wait, they do also have like the mature content warning. Like every time I try to rate someone, it says like, oh, this stream has like mature content or whatever. But you can't use any of that for filtering. You can't say like, don't show me mature streams. But then mature just in general just means like they're playing a game that has violence, usually. I like how they said they were streamlining the rules to avoid ambiguity. Turned out the new system was more of a mess. You only get that if people tag it themselves. Well, yeah, there is the new, like, tags for, like, alcohol and tobacco consumption and, like, violence. I guess. So weird. Mr. 30-plus old man, are you mentally fit to hear swears like heck? No. No, I can't. It's too much. It's too much for me. It should be illegal to swear. How could they swear? To me, unbelievable. Destroy them. Not the swears. No, you can swear. It's fine to swear. I personally don't do it just because I'm weird. When other people do it, it's fine. 3 is here. 2? Got the 3. Okay, this one's gotta be a 1. Gotta have the 3 right there. The 3, the 1. See, this time is going a lot better. Memories of her saying bad words. How could they say bad words? How could someone say unacceptable terminology? The saintly character prevents him from uttering anything worse than these. These isn't even bad. It's just the word these, but with further implications. These implications. 2, 1. You got the 1 there. You got the 3. What else could I do here? Yeah, those. Those. These. Oh, this one has to be there. And then you got this one, and then you got this thing. What do you think this is? What does this look like? I don't even know. Got the 1, got another one. This is a... Oh, basket. Obviously, guys. Obviously a basketball. It looks like an apple pie. No, this is an apple pie. Mr. Beast released a product called D's Nuts, and it was C&D'd by a company called D apostrophe S Nuts. Wasn't that also a thing with like that Niji Sanji EN member that was terminated? Something like that. Okay, we'll do this one. Those D's. Bofa. Alright, 7 goes here. 7 gotta be there. Terminate. No, there were many things. There were many reasons for the termination. Now, whether that's a valid reason, well, I don't know. I'm not in charge of this. Unless I was. What if I was? What if I was on the board of directors for Niji Sanji and you guys didn't even know? Wouldn't that be wacky? Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest? Me doing whole live merch. I don't know. Got the 3 here. You got the 5? No, the 5 could be here. And what, tell us, right? Yeah. Definitely. But I'm not. I'm not on the board of directors. In fact, I would say I'm bored of the directors. Haha, guys, get it? Because, like, bored can mean multiple things depending on how you spell it. Board of directors? I sure hope I am. I sure hope they are. Yeah, good times. Welcome, Yurga. Please wrap it up. Board? Board of directors? I sure hope so. Ah, good times. It's funnier when you repeat the same joke like 5 times, right? Board of directors? I sure hope so. Good times. Good times. They're homonyms. They sure are. They sound the same. Did I say synonyms? No, I didn't. The directors of stage. Okay, 6 goes here. Honestly, yes. Yeah, so true. Homophones. Oh, shoot. Actually, guys. Actually, word wrong. Destroy that chatter. I didn't even know. Okay, this one is here. This one goes there. Gotta have the 7 right here. Now it could be here. It could also be here. We don't know. Homophonia? Homophone. What? Homo sapien? You guys see, there was like, I think I saw one tweet in my For You page that was like a Japanese person making, they had like a tweet or something. It was like a fictional universe. And then they were like, here we have this race of people called the homos. And they're like, homo just means human. But everyone's like, what? They don't even know. They said the homos. They're like, sorry, I used translation. I didn't understand that this word had implications. I don't know too much about what the tweet was about. Sometimes I just get recommended tweets and I'm like, what's this about? They're just out there. Things are just happening. I'm now doing surgery on a Dreamcast, replacing the old stock fan with a silent Noctua. Is that a cooling device? What is a Noctua? I don't know. I don't know terminology. Water cooling? Is that a water-cooled device? 7. Brand of fans, I see. Is it better than the usual fan brand? Oh wait, I think I have seen those. When you mentioned that they're ugly fans, I'm like, wait, I feel like I've seen some photos of that. People often talk about them sometimes. They're quiet but famously ugly. It's fine. You're not like looking inside at your fans all the time. I'm wearing a Noctua hoodie, right? And they make hoodies as well? Does it keep you cool? Do they have fans built into them? You guys know in Japan they have like some jackets that have fans built into them? It's to like keep you cool in the summer. Or they have like air conditioning built in. I've seen those. I've gotten recommended several videos of Japanese clothing that has cooling technology built in. So short about those, they compared a 20-year-old Noctua with the modern one. The new one is 8 degrees Celsius cooler. That is a lot cooler. How is it so cool though? How did they get it to be so cool? Tempered glass cases are boring. Inside of PCs look uninteresting most of the time, unless you go out of the way. Unless you go out of your way, but few do. Yeah, but you can see when there's dust inside. You can see when you're supposed to de-dust. De-dust! Yo, that's Counter-Strike. Put sunglasses on it, instantly cooler. If only it worked that way. We simply don't know. The fan itself was 3 degrees Celsius. The new heatsink, you get the 8 degrees Celsius. That makes it worse? I don't know. You know, guys, I don't build my PC. I have no input on this discussion. Just buy it. It just gets shipped to my house. And then I use it, and it works perfectly fine, except when it doesn't. A Mac user? No, I have a PC. How do you think I stream Dark Souls 3? That doesn't run on Mac. Noctua was working on a desktop fan with a design to make the airflow smooth and strong. They delayed for years and recently scrapped it. You think there's like... What do you think the Noctua fan base is called, guys? The fan base? Oh man, they sure love these fans though. Fans of fans. Whoa, the recursion? That doesn't make sense. Can't believe this. -2? It wasn't even an intentional joke. But is there a name for them? Are they fans of fans? I have a Mac too. I do. But I also have a PC. Fans can't wear sunglasses. They have no ears to hold them up. What about people? People can be fans. You could be a fan. Fans could be Among Us right now. That's right, Among Us. Magic. Denchi hasn't built his last 2 PCs either. Yeah, right. It's like so much effort. I'm not willing to put in the effort to build my own PC. It's like buy all the parts. You have to like assemble things. And then like sometimes it doesn't work. And I'm like, what? I don't know. My time is worth more than this. Measure everything based on how much you get paid from your job. And you're like, you know, would I spend this amount of time on this? No. Opens mouth, suddenly suction. That's not a fan though. Don't fans have to spin? No, wait, they don't. They have bladeless fans. How do those work? Fan. It's not as much effort after the first since you can reuse a lot. That is assuming that like your previous PC was like recent enough where the parts were actually usable. Because like before this PC, the one that I ordered pre-made like 2 years ago, the last time I've had a PC, it was like maybe like 15 years ago. And I'm pretty sure like none of those parts are like still relevant, right? Really, really bad. The RAM wasn't even that good. The graphics card was bad. Everything, might as well just switch the whole thing. Did upgrade a couple times, mostly GPU and memory. Well-built, pre-built. Unless you do that anyway. Exactly. Sometimes it's even cheaper, right? Because like the pre-built, they buy them in bulk. And then with the cost of labor, it's like, you know, it's comparable. 15 years is pushing it, yeah. Me as someone who like doesn't upgrade things unless I literally have to. Unless everything is just like broken and I have no choice. That's how I live my life. It's probably not the best way to live your life. Especially if you like do get paid enough to like afford things. But like, I don't know. That's just how I live. And I think it's fine. I don't even need things. Imagine needing things. Those bladeless fans probably have fans or something similar hidden for intake. Open the bladeless fans, look inside. Wires. Could they trick us like this? How could they fool you with the fans? Yeah, wires. So you guys can imagine the wires, cat. You know, I don't even need to have the better Twitch TV. Let's see. Heard about pricey things looking like a long stick of gum that vibrates fast and makes airflow. Heard some new microchip tech doing something similar. It's fancy. So you don't even know about the wires, cat? What do you think happens when people post wires in ChocoJax's chat or Hamflow's chat? You don't see the wires, cat? You've seen the wires, cat. Just look up wires, cat. It's the one where you buy a wireless thing and then and then you look inside and there's wires in it. That's the wires, cat. You've seen it. You've definitely seen it. You can see it right now. Hold on, let me scroll up. How many holes can a shirt have before... hold on, where? Before you replace it. Before I personally replace it? I guess, like, shirts by default have 4 holes in them, right? They have the bottom part, they have the sleeve, the 2 sleeves, and they have the opening for your neck. In addition to those, I don't know. I don't normally have holes in my clothes besides those. Doesn't tend to happen. I don't know. I don't remember the last time. Shoes, though. Shoes. I used to, like, never replace my shoes. It was like, my dad would buy shoes for me, and he'd be like, hey, your shoes are kind of broken. You should probably buy new ones. And I'm like, I don't know. They're fine. Objectively looking at them, they probably were not fine. But, then he'd buy new shoes, and I'm like, I don't need them. The old ones were fine. I'm like, no, look, there's like holes in them. I'm like, that's fine. Like, what about when it rained and you step on like a puddle? And like, no, that's fine. That's fine. It probably was not fine. So Slime Older said I had to retire a t-shirt that had 20 holes. I feel like that's too many. I don't know what the limit is, but 20 is definitely sounds like too much. Unless they were like really small. Maybe like someone just like poked a small hole in it. Like a pencil, you were using a pencil and then, I don't know. Spaces between the buttons. Oh yeah, the buttons. Yeah. No, he means the ones that were not pre-existing. First time buy new shoes since COVID. Yeah, I haven't gone out much since COVID. So like my shoes are probably still in pretty good condition. I wear them like maybe like once every few months. Like once a month maybe at this point. That's how you preserve your shoes. Just don't go outside. That's how shoe collectors keep their shoes in good condition. They just don't wear them. They just leave them at home. And they post like photos of them. Also, thank you, Stalker Ucker, for the raid. Let me shout you out. Shout out Saint Ocker. What are you doing? Backpack Hero. I know of that game. That's the one where you're like a rat, right? Or like a mouse or something. There's 2 backpack related games. There's one that's Backpack Hero, and there's one that's like Backpack Battles. I think Backpack Battles is the versus one, right? Yeah, you're a rat. I love rats. Anyway, welcome Rocketeer, welcome Nameless Buggy, welcome RCL, welcome Saitor LD, Brad Botnick, Wayward, and Matthias. Yeah, I know games. You guys out there naming games, and I'm like, I know that one. Anyway, welcome Raiders. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you enjoyed watching rats with backpacks and items. I'm playing Picross, but really Picross is just a chatting stream. We have been talking about replacing old things such as t-shirts. There was a question that was like, how many holes in a t-shirt is the threshold before you feel like you have to replace it? I personally don't know. Yeah, rats. You guys like rats? I love rats. This game would be good for chatting. Yeah, it's like, once you get the strategy down, but then sometimes you end up just like talking and then like, you don't make progress for like 10 minutes. I feel like I probably haven't made progress on this puzzle like in the last 10 minutes. See, this has been here. This is so obvious. I should have known this one. Yeah, that's there though. And this one's got to be a 2. Depends on the size of the holes. It's true. It does depend. Because like, you know, sometimes, you know, you have like a little like bobby pin. Why are they called bobby pins anyway? Like, you know, if those holes, those don't even count. Those are tiny. I think this picross is going to be a cake. Maybe. They were invented by Robert Pin. I don't think that's it. I'm gonna look it up. Why is it called bobby pin? No, it was invented by Louis Marcus. Bobbed hair. It was for bobbed hair. Sorry, I was not thinking of bobby pins. What is that? What's that thing? Fastener pin? Hold on. Fastener. No. I don't know what I'm thinking of. You guys know what's that thing that I'm thinking of? Can you guys read my mind? Safety pins? Maybe. Hold on. Safety pin. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Why are they don't seem very safe to me. They're like pretty sharp. In fact, I would say they're quite dangerous. Anyway, raiders. A classic thing that people say after they get raided. If you got other stuff to do, feel free to do other things. You don't have to be here. You could be eating food. You could be like watching another streamer. You could be sleeping. You could be doing so many things. But you could stay. If you wanted to stay, feel free. I can't tell you what to do. Actually, I can tell you what to do. I'm telling you what to do right now. But you don't have to listen. You could just be like, streamer, I refuse. I refuse to leave. You're telling me I can leave? Well, now I have to stay. This is just my reverse psychology. To make it feel like you have to be here. You're here at gunpoint. Who? But who's doing that? Who's holding the gun? They're safe in comparison to the previous pins. I guess that is also true. I don't know what pins were there before. Also, welcome Wayward. Many balloons have fallen to safety pins. They should be stopped. Safety pins? Have we looked at this before? You could be doing various things. You could be doing so many things right now. You could be watching YouTube. You could be looking at videos of rats right now. Wouldn't that be a better use of time? Just go on YouTube and search rat and see what kind of videos come up. You look at the video and you're like, yeah, yo, that's a rat. I know what a rant looks like. And then your life is improved. Because you've seen a rant. Yeah, you could be watching this stream on YouTube. I'm dual streaming on YouTube right now. Who's watching? No one, right? 3 people? I have 3 guys. There's 3. Hey, everyone say hello to the YouTube viewers. Can't believe this is the most I've ever had. I normally get like 1 or 2 people. Tell me there's 3 people on YouTube. Temporary outage on Discord? What? How will you see all your messages now? Why would Discord do this? When was the last big Discord outage before this one? Like, I don't use Discord that actively. So, like, I don't know. A day ago? Wait, really? That is too recent. Literally yesterday? What time was it? Maybe I was asleep. Maybe it was like daytime for Europeans. But for me, it was like 6 a.m. That could be it. Alright, what can I do here? You got the 2. There's some daytime. But you were busy and didn't notice it. I love when that happens. When like a service has like a big outage and like you normally use the service, but you weren't using it at the time and you're like, oh, thankfully, I missed it. I missed all the issues that were happening. Good old times. Happy to see you're still going strong. Was a fan of your Toho era. Thank you. Here, I'm out here. Some may argue VTubers are kind of like Toho, right? In some ways. They are characters. They say words. Many of them are human-like. They sometimes dodge bullets or create bullets. Toho, what's that? What even is this? Okay, we got what can I do here? We got the 1, we got the 2, 2, 1, 1. That's right, 2 1 1s. The 1 1. The heck is a Toho? It's a thing. Am I ever going to play a Toho fan game? Probably not. I don't really have too much interest in doing so. Wait, I can cross this off. I didn't even notice this. Picross, they called it. You can picross this off. Also, wait, this is wrong. Guys. 1 2 oh shoot. 1 2 1 2. This can't be here. No. Okay, guys, where did I mess up? Is this here? Could this be here? Maybe this one's not here. Oh no. What if there was a Toho Picross? Well, then maybe. There probably is one. I'd be surprised if there wasn't a Toho Picross game. I mean, they couldn't legally call it Picross, but surely there's like a fan game similar to Picross. Yo, what if Picross... Well, yo, guys, here's a new idea. What if Picross, but it was like Toho and like there was a character on the screen shooting bullets at you and you had to move your cursor to avoid the bullets? That would suck, actually. I would not enjoy it, but that's an idea. You could do that. Imagine, though, if that was real. Yo. Hold on. Then she says, have I ever played this game? I have not. I've never heard of it. It's Picross, but you gotta keep moving. You gotta have APM on Picross. I remember when I misread a message by a dude I knew. He was asking me, do you know what Toho is? And I said yes, thinking it was an amusement park. What did you think? You thought, wait, is there an amusement park similar named as, I can't even say words. You think there's a amusement park with a name similar to Toho? There's a Toho Picross on Ichio. Not surprising. Also, yes, Stanley, I will hydrate. 7 p.m., you guys should drink water. Alright. Maybe do an interesting picross game where it was all spell cards. Maybe. That could work. A jungle gym. Starting to doubt the cakiness. Well, like, I've also messed up. So, like, this is not valid. We got 2, 1, 1, 5. So we got the 2 there, a 1. Now, this might not be here. What did I have last time? I had this here, right? And then we decided that this wasn't valid because of this. Like, maybe this is not there? Maybe this is here. But then what? But then this is not valid. There has to be a 1 here somewhere. Oh, but like, what if this is here, though? What if this is here? And then you had 1 here. This is still valid, right? And then you had this one. And this is not here. Every hour water time. Yes. Is it 2? Another 2. Anyway, what else is going on? Oh yeah, there was the Nintendo Switch yearly recap. You guys get that one? Every service is doing this now. You had your Spotify recap, you have your Twitch recap, you have your YouTube music thing probably. And then Nintendo has their own. Hold on, do I have mine? I think I do. Look at my picture. Look at my screenshots. Where is it? This one? Okay, most played game in 2023 for me was Miku Logic Paint. And then I played a lot of Switch in February. Apparently it was Dark Souls. It was when I was doing my Dark Souls Soul Level 1 playthrough on my Switch. I played so much. Way too much. So many hours were spent dying in Dark Souls. But it was fun. It was a good time. Okay, this is here. This is there. Okay, against all odds, we've done it. What could this be? What is that? What? You can't say that. How could they say this? On my stream? Hecked up. It's messed up. Except Nintendo's isn't smart enough to figure out which game you were playing in the emulator. Yeah, it just tells you were playing NES. You're like, which NES game? And then they show you like a preview and it's like, it shows you a screenshot of Donkey Kong Country or whatever. You're like, I didn't play that. That's just the screenshot they show everyone. Good times. Anyway, that's mine. I had, hold on, what were mine? It was Miku Picross, and then it was Dark Souls. And then it was Super Nintendo Online, or whatever. Super Nintendo the emulator. But I don't know what games it was. 36% of my gaming trends is puzzle games. 22% action, 21% role-playing, 18% classic, 2% shooting games. Have I played shooting games on the Switch? I don't know. And then 1% racing games. I'm gonna assume the racing game is F-Zero. The new Battle Royale they made. Do people still play that? F-Zero 99. I think a lot of people were playing it when it came out. But is the audience still there? Are people still interested in that game? I simply don't know. I'm sure the player base went down significantly. Open it to find... No, but I'm playing this. I'm playing this game. I can't just switch the game. I mean, I could. But I don't want to. Okay, these are here. They also made Suika Game free to play for a limited time. If you have Nintendo Switch Online, you could play Suika Game for free for like a few days. And then if you decide you like it, you can pay like $2 or $3 or whatever. And then you could have it forever. I don't know if I'll play that game again, but you know, it was fun. It's one of the classic game trends of all time. Still haven't fixed your Switch? Why not? You should do it. There's games out there you could be playing. Like what? I don't know. Like Picross? You could be playing Picross right now. We could have viewers watching this stream and they're like, man, this game looks fun. Maybe I should play this game. And then you open your own Picross game and then you start playing it. You could be playing this game. You play this game and you're like, oh man, Wolfie took a long time to solve this puzzle, huh? Why would it take him this long? How is he so bad in this game? Maybe you already are playing Picross? Yeah, it's possible. Could be doing it right now. We would never know. I don't really want to play Picross right now. Played a bunch of Mario Picross and then stopped. It was fun. It is fun. I think everyone should try it at least once. And then you're like, you could decide it's too hard. You have to use your brain too much. But you know, at least you tried. Have they done a Christmas overlay for Suika yet? I think they do have a new skin. But I don't know whether it's Christmas themed. I just remember seeing a screenshot of like some of the fruits having different faces than I'm used to seeing. I don't remember what the theme was. What's my ranking of Picross games so far? This is my 4th one. I think the Jupiter ones are the best. This one's definitely the best. I feel like this one's the best. Kimono Friends is probably 2nd. And then Mario Picross. And then last is Miku. Mostly due to like Miku's lack of like ability to like the fact that it had to tell you your mistakes. There's no mode where you can just accept the mistakes as they come in. If it wasn't for that, I feel like that game would have been much better. Welcome Nanodan. I like the Kimono Friends best because it had cute pics. Yeah, that was... I like the images. No, but like the puzzles in Kimono Friends Picross, they're too predictable. Like the solutions. They're all just like the same sort of shape. And you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know what this is. Obviously it's like some anime character face, right? Like besides that, you're just like, I don't know. It could literally be anything. They don't pixelate very well. But it was fun though. You know, you would pull up an image after you're like, oh yeah, an ostrich? Here's what an ostrich looks like. And then you compare the features and you're like, I can see where this design came from. And then sometimes you learn about animals. Like that's where I learned the lore, where like if a kimono friend does not have a shiny part of their eye, it means they're either extinct or they're based on a mythological creature. And I didn't know that before I started the stream. I was like, whoa, what the? Kimono friends lore? Oh. This one's gonna be a biscuit. Which kind of biscuit though? A biscuit in the English sense? A British English sense? Or a biscuit from a North American standpoint? Like a cookie, maybe? Or like a Popeyes biscuit. Pop Guys, what the? British, are you British? I guess if you were to say it that way, it would make sense. Europe. Yeah, but just because you're European doesn't mean you have to be British. Okay, we got the 1. Got the 2. Let me see. So look, a cookie. You're not British. Do Europeans outside of Britain still call it a biscuit? You were taught British. What? You were taught British English in school? So you call it a biscuit instead of a cookie? What the? Yeah, we already have like 3 regular German viewers. Not German? Okay. Wouldn't it have been so wild? Well, always use cookie. But are you British though? A neighbor to Germany? Yeah, Austria? That's a neighbor. The #1 German streamer. Yeah, all the Germans watch this stream. They all know. Okay, 3 is here. This is there. 6 has to go up. This goes there. Got the 1. Welcome, Skeleton. What were you doing? It's either programming or like Pokemon. Probably Skeleton _CH. Pokemon, I knew it. Called it. It's Pokemon. Hey, there's new DLC. Pokemon Scarlet Violet DLC. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you, Denchi, for the gifted sub. I feel so seen. Yeah, I know. Every time I see you streaming, or that you raid my stream, it's always one of 3 things. One of 2 things. Pokemon, programming. I don't know if there is a 3rd thing. If there is a 3rd thing, I don't know what it is. Chatting. Just chatting. That's one of them. It's nearby. Czechia. Cooking. Yo. The new DLC is all double battles. Oh, shoot. That's wacky. Battling, but with 2 Pokemon at the same time. That requires more things in your brain. You gotta process multiple things. He cooked a pizza? Have you cooked a pizza before? See, realistically, most chronically online people... Hold on, your message just scrolled off the screen. Most chronically online people stream in talk a weird... Wait, what? Stream in... Talk in a weird mixed British, US, English. Yes. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps. English is hard. Online people talk in a weird mix. We have terminology out there. There is overlap. Let's see, I leaned into Pokemon super hard this past year because of Scarlet Violet being new. You're an IRL professor now, which means you can organize local tournaments at your local community. Whoa, what the? Do you teach your students about Pokemon? The Pokemon Professor Oak? The real Professor Oak is in here. Professor Tom. The real Professor Tom. Yo. Do you give them their starter Pokemon? Tell them that they shouldn't walk into wild grass or tall grass unless they want to see wild Pokemon? You're not joking. Yeah, I didn't think you were joking. I know you meant this for real. I'm just making a joke. On your expense. At your expense. Not on your expense. That doesn't make sense. There's another IRL professor. Yeah, yo. Rune is also a professor. He does science stuff. Hold on, let me scroll up. You guys are saying too many messages. People are saying too many things in my chat. You guys gotta stop. You guys gotta slow down. JSON, schema, I don't know. Scrolling down. I prefer British English mostly because of the words sound sillier in a bunch of cases. Trousers over pants. They have wacky words. Scones. Beans on toast. I guess that's not a specific word. I was talking about words. Beans. The word beans on toast doesn't even exist. It's not even real. It's made up. Not afraid of calling a truck a lorry. I don't know. It's so weird. Maybe it's only weird because I'm not used to it. There is like one British word that I think I spell the British way. Gray, but spelled G-R-E-Y. Apparently in American English, gray is spelled G-R-A-Y. And my whole life I spelled it with an E. It just looks better to me. I don't know what it is. It just seems right. Oh, this is a phonograph, right? Gramophone. Wait, is that a... Wait, hold on. Phonograph? Is that the same thing? Phonograph. That's the same thing, right? A gramophone and a phonograph. Are these different? Phonograph? I have to look this up. Is phonograph the same as a gramophone? A gramophone is a type of phonograph. Okay. So one is a subset of the other. I will never remember which one is which, but now I know. Yo, music. I love music. You guys like music? I'm listening to music right now. Lorry is one of the words I don't use. What British word do you think is used the most by Americans? By non-British people? British. What about banana phone? It's not even real. Tuesday. Init. Tuesday.init. Earl Grey propaganda. What are they teaching there in New York? I don't think they taught me to spell gray that way. I just happened to... Actually, no. What caused me to spell gray that way? Surely it was like from a book, right? Or something. Some literature thing. Because I don't think they specifically spelled it that way in school. Or maybe they did, I don't know. Yeah, gray versus gray. The two different ways of spelling it. The telly. Grey's Anatomy. That could be one of them. I feel like that show came out after I started spelling things. Gray. Gray. How do you even spell the A, or how do you pronounce the A with the E? Is it pronounced the same as if you just had A and E after each other? Gray. Football. It's the same. AE is just a save space. Okay, we got the 3s out here. We got the 4 going up. What else could you do here? Misunderstood. No, yeah, the A with the E. It's the same. Not the same. Okay, we got the 3. We got the 8, 3. 3. The 8 is not there. What else could I do? 2 for 1. Yo, 2 for 1, that's a pretty good deal. 2 for 1. 2 is here. 2, 4. That does not overlap, right? It does not even overlap. What is the best British word? Classic British slang. The slang that they use. Hey, it's me. What if Mario was British? Wouldn't that be weird? Instead of saying, it's a me Mario, what would he say? Hip hip jolly-o, jolly-o, I'm Mario. That'd be messed up. Alternate timeline where Mario is British. Pip pip cheerio. On Mario. I guess his name might not be Mario. Well, he could be Italian still. British Italian. British. What if Bowser was British? What if everyone was British? Oh, hold on. We got a 6 over here. Okay, we got these ones. We got the 2 right here. You got another 2. This one has got to be a 1. Then what? What if Mario was German? What if he was... I was gonna say, what if he was American, but I guess he is. He's from Brooklyn. You guys know he's from Brooklyn. It's like a face. It is. It is. It's real. It's so real. Okay, this one, you gotta have the 1 in the 4. The 4 is here. You guys ready for numbers? We got a 4. We got another 4. There's a 1 right there. What if Mario was Italian from Roma? Would he sound the same? Would he be making more hand movements? Would he enjoy... What's Mario's favorite food? Is there ever like a random fact about Mario that he's revealed? Does he enjoy mushrooms? He probably enjoys mushrooms. Classic Mario thing. You think he enjoys pasta? Chili dogs? No, that's a different character. Which character? That's up to you to decide. Real gamers know, okay? Isn't it messed up that Sonic has never had a collab with Sonic the restaurant? They miss Such a huge opportunity. I think in the movie there was a bit where he hated mushrooms. Oh, so like, is he only a fan of like the huge ones? What about one-up mushrooms? He hates that which gives him life. Unbelievable. 3 is here though. I still haven't watched the Mario movie. I feel like it's probably an okay movie. I just never felt the desire to watch it. Maybe Sonic the Hedgehog dislikes the restaurant quality. Sonic Restaurant doesn't like video games. It's probably the restaurant maybe not wanting to associate itself with the hedgehog. Cause like, I think, wasn't there like when the Sonic movie came out, there were like some promotions that were like, hey, Sonic loves onion rings or whatever. And you're like, people were like, why can't he just collab with Sonic? Like, they have chili dogs. That's what he's known for. Maybe they just don't want to do it. Maybe they hate that Sonic the Hedgehog is more popular than them. Mushroom Kingdom. Let's go. He hates the Mushroom Kingdom. He thinks mushrooms are kingdom. Am I right, guys? True. So true. Wolfie, you were so true for this. He doesn't even like the ones that gave him powers. He ate them reluctantly. I guess sometimes they just fall on him, right? Like, in all the games, he doesn't actually, like, eat the mushrooms, right? They always just come in contact with his body, and then he just becomes larger. Is there a game that depicts Mario eating the mushrooms? I never thought about this. He just absorbs them through his body. What the? Is this real? Has he never eaten those mushrooms? So true. Really makes you think, huh? We think Mario is a fan of mushrooms just because he's often depicted with them. What if he doesn't even like them? Mario and Luigi... Oh yeah, you're right, they do. That's true. Okay, well, that answers it. In retrospect, eating mushrooms would feel kind of weird after meeting funny talking mushroom guys. No, but they're unrelated. They're not the same. They just happen to look like mushrooms. They're not actually made of mushrooms, right? Surely not. They do look very similar. Suspiciously so. Okay, this goes here. This one goes there. What do you think this is? I think it's a lamp. Doesn't this kind of look like a lamp? You got the stand down there. You got the lamp part up here. The lamp shade? This is the thing you... The little... What's that thing called? The thing you pull on? With the lamp to turn on and off. What's the thing on the left? A bed. This is a lamp on a bedstand. Not a bedstand. A nightstand. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I think so. I think I'm right. How could I possibly be wrong? 3 is there. A 1 is there. A 4 is up here. See, look at this. How could this possibly not be right? I'm telling you guys, that's a bed on the left side. Oh, that's a book. Oh, okay. But the lamp was right though. Wow. Apple pie? I don't think so. This is an apple pie. Alright, let's do an easier one. Let's do this one. I don't know if this is easy. This could be not easy. Still pretty close, yeah. The lamp part was right. And then this is here. You guys still use lamps? I have a lamp right that's like behind me. That's my main source of light. It's like it has a nice hue to it. The light from my lamp is like reddish. I do have like, you know, the usual light that's above, but that one is too blue. There's too much blue light from that. A couple lamps. They're pretty good. What would I use if not lamps? Just other light sources? Unless is lamp a thing in British English that specifically means... Yo, in British English, they call flashlights torches. Isn't that weird? What do they call, like, torches then? Like, the actual things with fire on them. What are those called? Surely those can't be called torches also, right? Yeah, the lights built into the room. I don't know what to call those, though. The default lights in your room. I have bulbs in my room that I can control over the internet. Yo, the Internet of Things. Wow. They have things on the internet. And they're connected. I feel like I don't really want that though. Like, I don't want a smart device. A hacker could hack into your lights. It could make the lights turn on and off, you know? Why would I want that? Okay, we got the 6 here. We got the 5 going up. We live in the future. No, we live in the present. Home network stuff is fine. Maybe. What if there's like a virus though? What if the software is bad? What if there's a critical security vulnerability? And you have to patch your light bulb. What if your light bulb gets a denial of service attacked? What if you're... Actually, this is the thing that does happen a lot. Is that Internet of Internet of Things devices, when unsecured, they get used in like a botnet or whatever. Someone's microwave could be like attacking like a website right now. There probably is. It's probably happening right now as we speak. Haven't seen a lamp with those pull down things in a while other than hotel rooms. Yeah, what are those pull down things called? What even is that? I don't super like smart devices, but I feel like my light bulbs are a compromise I'm willing to deal with. Perhaps. I mean, like, I guess what's the worst that could happen, right? If someone hacks your light bulb, they could turn it on and off really fast. An oven, definitely not. Someone could, like, remotely hack your oven and, like, burn down your house. Well, that sounds bad. That just seems like a bad idea. What if the bulb company secretly mines crypto in the background? They could be doing that. They could be turning the light bulb on and off at a really fast rate, thus simulating zeros and ones, and then have another system that reads them, transmitting information. pulse width modulation? Any engineers in chat? Pulse width modulation. That's when you modulate the width of the pulse. Can you believe that? You don't even need to be an engineer to understand that. Now, understanding what modulating the width of a pulse means is it's up to you. The words themselves, they make sense on their own. Mega Man Battle Network taught us what having your oven on Wi-Fi leads to. Yeah, they would have viruses on them. You would have to send Mega Man in there. See, the most unrealistic part of that to me is that it's megaman.exe. You really think Mega Man would be like a Windows executable? You think like all the software in the world runs on like Windows in their world? That's messed up. I would imagine he would not be an exe file. I would imagine he would be like a Linux like program, like an ELF compatible thing, you know? I don't know. It's just, to me, it's a bit unrealistic to me that he's an exe file. Come on. You expect me to believe this? Megaman.webp. No, that's an image. I guess you could name the extension, doesn't matter. You're right, he could just be an exe, but then the file itself is like a different binary format. A Windows executable format is not called exe. Yeah, but that's the extension. Okay, that's what I meant. Bat. No, isn't bat just like their version of executable? It's like a shell script, right? Windows Portable executable. Oh, you know what I mean, though. Exe files, the extension. Okay, that's what it is. Made your brother's existence dependent on Windows binaries. I can't believe it. He should be Linux, okay? He should be, what's the term for this? He should be a statically linked Linux compatible executable or whatever. No dependencies on the system. No .so files. Just able to be run on its own. You think if Mega Man ever you think megaman.exe has the required DLL files built in? You think it has to be, right? They can't just put Mega Man somewhere else and not give him the shared libraries he needs. Unless he doesn't depend on any, which could be the case. Probably is the case. They're all built in. Right, do you think megaman.exe is like installing the software? What is this? Oh, it's a guy punching. Boxing, yes. I knew it. Okay, let's do like an easy one. Let's do this one. A judge gavel. No, it's a boxer. Me when my brain computer interface runs out of warranty, the company closed down and was not open source. Yeah, he's not receiving updates anymore. The version is too old. Okay, the 9 is here. No, actually Windows is pretty good with I was gonna say, like, you think megaman.exe is still compatible with like Windows 11, but yeah, their Windows is pretty good with backwards compatibility. All the 32-bit stuff still works. All of the compatibility, it's all there. Okay, there's a 1 right here. So 2. That is a 1. And then we got the 1, 5. Bam. There's a 3 right there. You got the 4, 1. The 2, the other 2, 3, 1. Another 1. 2. Anyway, this is pretty much the rest of the stream. After this puzzle, it's over. This will be the last puzzle of the week. Of the strong even. Not even just the weak, also the strong. 3, 1, 2. You got the 1 over here. The 5 has to go up. You got the 2 going this way. A 4. An oil spillage? I doubt it. I don't think they would do that. The 1, 1, 2. Alright, this is here. Yeah, the last stream of the week. That's right, everyone. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Remember. The 1 over here. You got another 1. There, 1 over here. This is done. Yeah, last stream ever of this week. The 1. Okay, what is this? This is a bird. This is clearly a bird. What did I tell you? An aurora? That's a bird. From Animal Crossing? You guys remember Aurora from Animal Crossing? That's a bird. The penguin? That's right. Anyway. It's an oil spillage. I don't think so. Okay, well, let's see what day today is. We'll send a raid somewhere. Yeah, localize entirely within this picross puzzle. National Cupcake Day. Ugly Sweater Day. Bill of Rights Day. Cat Herders Day. Oh, there's a lot of good days today. Lemon Cupcake Day. Oh, that's all of them. We can't even scroll. Well, of all these days, they're all pretty good. Pretty cool, raid message-wise. Which one would be good? Cupcake Day would be good. Tea Day? Let's do International Tea Day raid. Post your favorite tea-related emoji if you want. Alright, twitch.tv. Who's streaming? Who do I raid? There are many people streaming. It is Friday after all. A lot of people do be streaming. Oh, okay, hold on, I know. It's Cheshy's birthday. Send a raid over there. You can also say happy birthday. Instead of just saying international, I spelled international wrong. You could say International Tea Day. You could say happy birthday as well. If you want, I don't know. You don't have to. You don't even have to say anything. You could be like me. I send, when I join a raid, I don't even send the raid message usually. Unless it's ham raid. I usually just post an emote. And then, that's it. Happy birthday. Yeah. Well, anyway. As I mentioned, I will not be streaming tomorrow, so I'll see you guys on Monday. That's when I'll be back. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. I don't know why I said it like that. Your weekend? Week, comma, end. And yes. Very cool. Thanks for stream. Thanks for watching. I will be sitting here waiting until the raid goes. You can just say happy birthday, whatever you want to do. All Alright, the raid's gonna go. Have a goodbye. I will see you next time.